Welcome to my world, the world of 3 p.m. You have entered the bitchin' zone. What's up? What's up, everybody? Does this thing work? Alright. I just spent 3 hours recording that intro, and I'm not going to sit here and try to figure everything out anymore. I'm tired of trying to make it sound perfect. I already did a fancy intro. I'm recording off my phone, so now the audio is going to look, or the video's quality is going to be better. But I'm still doing this for people who are listening at work, who have YouTube Premium, because I'm not doing it on any other platform for right now. I might get into other platforms, but I really don't know much about them. I'm behind the times. I'm still on Facebook. I got Facebook pages. I'm sharing memes. One for Trailer Park Boys. One for just it is what it is. It's my favorite saying. All right. I'm a little banged up. I was playing with my kid. I hit my head. I'm a little exhausted. Christmas is over, and if you listen closely, you could almost hear the sound of people's bungholes tightening in the distance, because Christmas is over, folks, and now people are fighting each other for half-off Christmas candy that they're going to subjugate to their relatives next year at Christmas. Now I'm playing. I sound like the Scrooge. Yeah, but, Christmas isn't one day a year. It's all year. And you got some people that make up for Christmas. I talked about this on some of the last ones. I won't get into it. I won't keep on blabbing. But then again, I got an hour to fill. So, I want to make this at least an hour, because I don't want to pump out a bunch of short ones. I want to actually put some time into these and, talk about some things. But I realize talk is cheap. So I'm more or less just, bitching. Excuse my language. But, probably shouldn't have said that in the first 10 minutes. I heard something about that. Anyways, who cares, right? All this monetization, or not monetization, but yeah, the demonetization stuff and all this stuff, it's crazy. It's crazy. The guidelines and everything you got to follow. I don't know. I don't know what guidelines I got to follow. I try to not talk too crazy on here. I just talk about real stuff and struggling, trying to get through the day, trying to do the best you can. But let me tell you what, I was Christmas, I had to work up until Christmas Eve. I only had off Christmas, which is all right. Not complaining, but it wrecked me. So many sweets. I probably ate more. I did definitely eat more sweets between Christmas Eve and Christmas in the whole little week than I have in the whole year, like by triple, because I really don't eat a lot of sweets anymore. And man, I was ready to pass out around 5 o'clock Christmas Day. And but I'm for real, people just change their whole attitude. I was at the store like the next day, and even the worker was like, the Christmas spirit is gone. People immediately throw out those trees, those fancy trees. Nothing against real trees, I happen to reuse a tree, and I think it's like the third time we reused it, and I'm ready to throw it out and get a different tree or real cheap tree next year. Tired of but it does the trick. It's our tree. We put our little ornaments on there every year, and you don't always have to have fancy things. You don't have to. Christmas isn't about that. So, but I hope you guys had a great Christmas. People are starting to watch this, listen to it. I got like 91 views on the last one. If you like the videos, make sure to like them, because it does help. Subscribe. If you're just randomly watching this, it's because I'm trying to help people that struggle and also complain, obviously. But I'm here to complain, I guess. But I also want to provide a distraction or motivation, or just maybe comedy sometimes, or different things to kind of help you through this. but I don't want to be like another YouTuber on that you see. I mean, I happen to watch a good amount of YouTube, and I happen to like people like Peter Santinello. A few documentary. There's like Channel 5 guy, but this guy called Carpo, he kind of does what I do. He's been doing it for a long time, and he just sits and talks to the camera. I like that. But no, I like people that are like capturing real stuff, doing real journalism, talking to real people, producing real content. There's this one guy I just started listening to or watching. His name is Reckless Ben. You know, he's like a guy that lives in LA trying to become famous. He was like, I think he might be wanted from the law. Don't quote me on that, but he does he exposes cults and stuff like that, and I don't know, seems pretty cool. I learned about him through watching some other investigative journalist. I forgot his name, but there's a few of them, and so I feel like that market's kind of oversaturated. But you know, and you look at YouTube, and nothing against YouTube, they obviously know what they're doing, you know. But you look at YouTube, and you see a bunch of videos, content that is pretty much the same. All right, guys, I'm back, and what I was saying is that a lot of the YouTube videos are starting to look the same. And if you're wondering, my phone shuts off, and that's why I don't really use my phone, because it's a POS. I'm gonna get a new one, don't worry, but I don't want to mess with it too much. But anyways, the struggles I go through to try to make a video. I could do it on my computer, but like I said, I constantly worry about the quality, but now I gotta constantly worry about this. Wires in my way. I need an editor, like somebody who could edit and like is good with software. I'm not the best at technology. I like it, but I'm better at just talking. I don't know, like Joe Rogan needs a Jamie. I need a Jamie. I'm not at that level, but I need somebody to help. I got to network. I got to try to find somebody in my neighborhood or I don't have any friends really, not anymore. You know, kind of grew apart. Whatever. What I was trying to say is that, so I just got to do little clips. But anyways, what I was trying to say is all the YouTube videos look the same, and I don't know, I just don't want my videos to be the same. These I don't really worry about because I'm intending them to be for podcasting, but for my videos that I want to make, I just want to make them different. Show the world stuff they haven't seen or stuff they want to see, opposed to stuff that, like, I don't want to just distract people. If I can distract people from work while they're working, that's great. You know, if I can make them think more positive about like different stuff, because that's what I try to do. I try to think about like different stuff. I try to distract my mind. Shout out Roman Atwood. He said he would, you know, repeat smile more and make himself smile, and it would actually help. I kind of try to do that. Sometimes it doesn't work. So it's like I want to try to make stuff that penetrates through those thoughts when all that other stuff, that nonsense, isn't working. You know, I listen to motivating stuff, and lately it's been working. It's been helping. I don't know who it is. A bunch of different people: Jordan Peterson, David Goggins. You know, just different people thrown in there. You know, it doesn't matter who it is. Like I get information, I get motivation, whatever, from a lot of people. But like I said on one of my last podcasts, it's discipline. If you want to change, you've got to be disciplined. I mean, a lot of what I repeat is just from stuff I've heard, but you know, they say, you know, most of the millionaires or successful people say the number one key is discipline, and I believe that, because you got to have discipline. And I've been telling myself it's okay to slack because it's Christmas and everything, and I've had no energy, and I laid around most of the day, but I actually got up and I cleaned. My kids have all these toys, and I, you know, separated them, and I I cleaned the Legos out and I separated all the Legos. And if you're a parent, you know how that is. I threw away some toys. I gave away some toys. I put some aside to give away. So at least I accomplished something on my day off instead of sitting around the house. But it was hard. It was hard. It wasn't easy. After this week, I wanted to sit around. I still want to sit around. But there's another part of me that when I'm sitting around, and if I watch a video and I see somebody doing something, getting out there, interviewing somebody or doing something, it makes me want to tear my hair out and go, it's already falling out. But it's like, what am I doing sitting here? I got to get up. And if the moment you let that, you lay back down or whatever, that's when it has you. And I think David Goggins said something like that, but it's true. You got to get up. You got to, do small stuff. I try to make lists. And I'm not trying to preach at you guys, but, I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to say things that I've found that have helped me, while at the same time not trying to act like I'm some perfect person. And I recognize talk is cheap. So, I want to prove to you guys one way or another, whether it's through, making these podcasts longer and trying to edit a little bit, whether it's on my phone or however I have to try to improve instead of just, talking. So, because I don't want my videos to be the same, but I also don't want to justify not putting in the work by saying that, because even though a lot of these videos look the same, people put in a lot of work for these videos. It's not easy. Shout out the Outdoor Boys with Luke. He uploads a video every 2 weeks, getting like 7 million views, doing his thing. I don't know how old he is, but he does his thing. He builds stuff. He like a actual man used to be, and used to do, and yeah, people love it. And he used to do every week. And I was watching one of his videos earlier, little pieces of different people, like I said, and he said, he was talking about his knee messing with him. He's not a young, he's not old, but he's an older man. And he was talking about his knee or whatever. I'm 30 and I struggle with my knee from my work, so I get it. He said, he was saying at the time he was putting in one video a week of these videos, going random hiking, fishing, camping, bushcrafting, primitive stuff. And he said, I got to cut it down to every 2 weeks, because he was putting in like 70, 80 hours a week, or like 60, 70 hours a week. He said, you got to film it, you got to do all that, then you got to edit it. And so I believe it. It's not easy. It's not easy to do this, and I was listening to Peter Santinello, and they were talking about, they were talking kind of about how everybody wants to be a YouTuber now, and that's what they see, and all these kids want to be YouTubers and stuff like that, but they don't recognize like how much work you got to put in for that. It isn't easy. So I'm not hating on anybody who does what they have to do so that the YouTube algorithm will pick them up or whatever, so people are more likely to click. I get it. It's just not, and it's, if you're providing entertainment, even the stupidest stuff could be quality entertainment. I mean, Unspeakable does some of the stupidest things, but I love some of his videos. It's like, some people hate him. Some people maybe, I ain't gonna go into it, but I like, he has his niche. He does what he does. You either like him or you don't. Some people love Mr. Beast. Some people don't like the guy. So I won't go into all that. I'm just saying everybody has their own whatever. As far as these videos, this video and this stopping again, I don't want it to stop again. I gotta remember to look at the camera because I keep looking at myself. That is annoying. I don't like looking at myself, but I don't like not having the camera facing me. Maybe, I don't know. But I should stop it every 10 minutes just so the video gets saved. I don't freaking know. But like I said, I want to make these better. But then another part of me don't care because it's like you're either gonna like what I have to say, you're gonna agree with me, or you're gonna hate. There's always gonna be people hating, and if people weren't hating, then I'm not doing enough. But I just want to share what helps me or what I do, my process, and I try to be grateful. I try to wake up. I was listening to something else, and they were talking about like waking up and immediately like going over in your head things you're grateful for, and that I have done that. It's not a process I do all the time, but I want to do that more because it does really help. And I don't have the time really to meditate, but you could make time, even if it's sit there and think in peace, whether it's in nature, in quietness. You got to have a little bit of time. You might not have it in the morning, but try to find some time. So yeah, try to find some time. And it shut off again. I guess 10 minutes is our limit. 10 minutes and my phone shuts off. I'll try to do better. But I'm going to edit it, so it doesn't really matter. So why am I even saying all this? It doesn't matter. Anyways, Christmas, the next day, I was hearing this ringing all day. It was annoying as hell. No pun intended. I walked over to the store, and this lady was out there smoking a cigarette, and she was like, I'm like, what's going on? She's like, I don't know, it's everywhere. And she's like, I got people calling me from their home saying they could hear it. She brought up this Pope thing and opening seals and portals and stuff and CERN and all this stuff and all this. And I realized, people have really gone and lost their way. I mean, it amazes me sometimes, some of these conspiracy podcasts, how they'll, like, for sure, quote unquote, I'm putting, parentheses up with my finger, know exactly what they're talking about. But it's like, I'm not even sure how a freaking TV works, to be honest, or my cell phone works exactly, for that matter. They could tell me, explain it to me, but I don't really know. I'm sure somebody does. But it's like, anyways, it's like, yeah, there's stuff like that. Somebody could say, this is how this works. And I'll be like, okay. I wouldn't know if they're telling the truth or not. But some of these people, without a doubt, they know what they're talking about. And this lady seemed like, nobody believes me, is what she said. And it's like, it's not that I don't believe her. It's not, I mean, I do. Look, I keep an open mind. It's not that I don't believe her. I don't necessarily believe the information that she's getting. And it's like, I don't even believe the information that I get. So, whatever. We're equal. People, I feel like they want, they get offended if you don't believe that the information that they've learned from their reputable sources. It's like, if we found out anything, you never know who's telling the truth and who's lying, who's full of crap. Doesn't matter if you think they're the good guy or not. I mean, a couple of my heroes have let me down this year. It's a shame, and I've learned not to have faith in people really like that. I mean, believe in people, try to trust people, have hope, have grace. Grace is a big one. Certain people have grace. I was listening to Tracy Chapman and Luke Combs, or whatever his name is. Anyways, and they both had so much grace. And I don't know, speaking of grace and all that, and waking up in the morning. I wake up in the morning and I try to be thankful to my creator thankful to my creator for being alive. Like, if you're here today, you should be thankful. And there's a bunch of caveats that come along with that. You could be here in pain. I don't know. But you're here for a reason. I believe that. You're here for a reason. Even if you're suffering, maybe you're making you're the light in somebody's life. I kind of believe in the butterfly effect. And even some of the smallest actions could change your life and can change other people's life. I believe in that. I believe what I'm doing here has the potential to change one person's life and then changes another life. Now, it might not be that big, and I don't think I'm some special guy sent from above. I don't think I'm on a mission from God, to quote the Blues Brothers, but I do love that movie. Anyways, speaking of God and all this, she was talking about these sacred portals. Now, this is a video. I'm just going to play a little bit of it from Sling and Stone, where he talks about what supposedly they were actually doing.
5 sacred portals for once-in-quarter-century ritual. This is the claim that's going around, but the Vatican hasn't made any reference to opening portals. What's actually going on is they're opening sacred holy doors that tourists will go visit and be able to walk through. The ritual is known as the opening of holy doors, and it marks the start of a special period of forgiveness for the Catholic Church. The ritual has been performed since...
Alright, so something about that, if you're a part of their religion, there's steps you go through. You don't just walk through the door. It kind of reminds me of dogma. And maybe that's why people were freaking out, where they allow it to anybody who walks through their doors to be cleaned. But I watched some of the rest of this video, and they were saying that there was other steps. You can't just walk through the door. You gotta go to midnight mass and everything. And speaking of midnight mass, I would love to go there for once, just once, to check it out on Christmas because of the Trailer Park Boys. Shout out TPB, Facebook, check it out. Anyways, this stuff, I try not to get caught up in all this stuff. Steve will do it. Snuck into it and got arrested. Trying to sneak into somewhere. Anyways, it's a shame what happened to Steve. I don't know. But I think people need stuff to believe in again, and not. I don't know. Really, it's like you shouldn't even be wasting your time watching me. If you're listening to me, great. And if you're listening to me and you're working or doing something else, great. But it's like, if you're just sitting there watching this, it's like, what are you doing? I hate to say it. It's like, watch it. Put it on your TV and go do something. Go clean your room. Go clean your house. Put it up loud. Put it on your Bluetooth speakers or whatever, and do something. Go for a walk. I need to speak for myself. Practice what I preach. I have not been motivated this week, and I think it was because like you're in so much joy because you're around family and you're getting gifts and you're having a good time and whatever, and then you have that rush, and then the next day you're drained of it. You have no more happy chemicals left. Anyways, if you're listening to nonsense and all that stuff, garbage in, garbage out. You guys get it. Phone keeps dying. Yeah, I'm pretty fed up of it. I might have. I like the fact that I could clip this together and I could kind of edit it on my phone and it's better quality, but man, it's frustrating. It's frustrating as hell, but I'm trying to keep it real with you guys. This is my life. This is what's going on. Some people might be afraid to put their life out there, but it is what it is. I'm going to end it for tonight. Hope you guys liked my little intro. I'll hit you with a little bit of the outro, and I'll be, chilling. Until next time, take it easy, stay safe, and as always, take care of yourself. Beanie.